Hi everyone, Jason from Makera here with another Makera Studio tutorial video. And in this one, we're going to look at the 3-axis relief carving guided mode. And this is going to walk you through creating really cool 3-axis reliefs. So let's click this. Now, with any guided mode, the first thing that we'll walk through is setting up our CNC project. So we have to choose the right CNC, the right spindle collet, and the right stock material. This is really important for the guided modes, as this will recommend tools that you have available based on the collet that you choose and based on your material. So if I were to be machining this out of, let's say, an alloy such as brass, and I could enter the size of the brass that I'm working with, which in this case would be 50 by 100 by 5, the correct feeds and speeds and tools for this material will be suggested through the guided mode. With the setup completed, you then have to select your model that you're using, and in this case, it would be a 3D file, typically an STL file that's used for 3-axis reliefs. And if you're looking to create a 3-axis relief, definitely check out Makerables as a powerful tool to turn an image, like this picture of my dog, into a 3D model that could be used for 3-axis reliefs. Now, the other thing that you'll notice is that this does not fit in my stock, but I can come over here and I can easily rotate this part so it's oriented correctly, and I could also manually scale this down to fit in my stock too. But over in our setup menu, we have the option to automatically scale our part to fit, as well as automatically center it as well. So that can be really handy for creating reliefs in a really quick manner. So we've set up our project correctly by choosing our materials, our collet size, importing our model, and making sure that it fits in our stock. So let's click Next. Now, the first thing you have to do in a 3-axis relief is a roughing pass, where a lot of material will be removed from a larger bit. So it's automatically recommending that we create a roughing pass, and it's recommending a bit that I should use based on the stock that I chose. So it's a metal bit for my metal stock, and a 3.175 bit for the size of my model. So I'm going to click Next. Now it's going to recommend that we create a finishing pass. And in this case, it's actually recommending that I create 2 finishing passes. I'm working with a rather hard and abrasive material here, so it's recommending that I first create a finishing pass with a 0.5 millimeter engraving bit, and then create another finishing pass with a tighter, smaller 0.3 millimeter engraving bit. You might choose that you don't need to do both of these. So for example, perhaps I decide I don't want to make this first one. I want to jump right into my 0.3, or that my 0.5 is good enough. And you could delete one of these if you didn't want to do that. You can also, of course, choose a different tool. So maybe actually I'll do 0.5 for the first one and then 0.1 millimeter for the second one. And you can customize this. But again, in the guided mode, a typical and successful starting settings are going to be recommended to you based on the different features of your design and your project. So I click Next. And then lastly, we have to create a contour, or it's recommending that you create a contour, which would just cut out the perimeter of your design. And again, it's recommending a tool to do so. So I'm going to leave that and click Generate. When I click Generate, all of the toolpaths that were recommended to me, the roughing, the finishing, and the contour toolpaths, will be generated simultaneously. So this is going to generate each toolpath all at once for us to be able to review and adjust before machining. So in our path list, you can see that we have 1 roughing pass, 2 finishing passes, and 1 contour path. And we can see all of our toolpaths drawn in these blue lines. Now, sometimes it's difficult to see what's going on here. So let's hide all of our paths, and then you can turn one on at a time just to see. So here's our roughing pass. Here's our first finishing pass. Here's our second finishing pass. And then that contour toolpath at the end. Now, if you want to make any adjustments, for example, you can adjust the tools that you chose. You can also click on this little edit button for any of these toolpaths and adjust all of the specific feeds and speeds and customize this entirely. You certainly can after the guided mode helped you create these different toolpaths. Really, the guided mode is there to give you a great starting point to help you make the types of decisions you need to make to choose the right toolpaths, the right types of cuts, the right types of bits, and the right feeds and speeds. But all of this can be customized later on if needed. You can also click Preview to actually preview your toolpaths and see what this would actually look like as it's going to machine your project. And this is really important for you to have a successful CNC project, so you make sure that there's no errors in your design and that your design is going to be created successfully based on your different parameters for your settings and CNC project. Once you're happy with all your settings, you can click Send to Machine to export or send this directly to your CNC to start machining your custom relief project. Stay tuned for more on our channel and wiki site, and thank you for watching.